All Board Batten pieces come in 10-foot lengths. If you need a custom length, Quality Edge can make a piece up to 20 feet in length. When you've gone beyond the length that you have and you got to start stacking panels, here's how you do it. So I'm going to mark where the top of the panel is right here. And what we're going to end up doing is putting a J channel across that line, and I'm going to space it up just a little bit so I can slide my panel into here. I can drop it down into our starter stroke. I'm at the top of the run, and for the best transition and waterproofing for Board Batten, you're also going to want to add our 1-inch Z strip, which will go right on top of the J channel. The Z channel is all about water management. It's designed to have the panel sit on it, you have the flashing behind it, and it helps collect that water and get it away from the house. A key point is to make sure that we're level with this first piece, and then it'll run out the rest of the way. An important thing to note is when installing our Board Batten, just like any of our products, you want to loose nail this. So I want to make sure that I have about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch of this nail sticking off this hem. So then I should be able to move this batten back and forth just a little bit. Our panels expand and contract just about 1/16 of an inch over a 100-degree temperature swing. So you don't get much, but you just want to make sure that we treat this properly. Another piece you can do on the transition, that's optional, but I really like to do it because it adds a really clean line, is to add that batten starter strip at the top as well. So you'll end up having the batten, the Z flashing, and the J channel all on top, but it waterproofs it and gives it a really nice look. Since we started this first panel with the batten in the J, I'm going to do the same thing to copy that look.
Here's how we finish a Board Batten run. I'm going to use this piece of undersill, and I'm going to put it into the corner that you're ending on. This will help hold the cut end of the batten and it'll lock it into place. I'm going to go ahead and measure from the inside of that J channel to the outside of this batten lock. I'm at 9.5 inches on the bottom, and I'm at 9.5 inches on top. So now that I know it's 9.5 inches, I'm going to measure from this overlapping lock over here, 9.5. I'm going to take off 1/4 of an inch to allow for expansion and contraction, and it'll still be hidden behind that J channel. So we're going to cut this at 9.25 all the way down. I also have my snap lock tool here. You'll want to use one that's rated for an aluminum or a steel. The vinyl one just won't cut it. It won't punch through this. I'll flare out a few ends here with the snap lock, and that'll help it lock into place in the undersill and won't let it come out. Got my snap lock holes in here. I did it about every 10 to 12 inches. It's always better to overdo it than underdo it. It helps lock it into place.